Miss Universe is Philippines.
Good day, everyone. This is Teacher Jerry. We will be analyzing, we will be slicing, chopping their answers of the beauty pageant. Let's talk about their good points first. Let's see if how I would maybe answer that or what are my thoughts on that. Okay, I know this is really challenging. Yeah.
All right, here we go, South Africa. Here is your question. What is the most important thing we should be teaching young girls today?
I think the most important thing we should be teaching young girls today is leadership. It's something that has been lacking in young girls and women for a very long time, not because we don't want to, but because of what society has labeled women to be. I think we are the most powerful beings on the world, and that we should be given every opportunity, and that is what we should be teaching these young girls, to take up space. Nothing as important as taking up space in society and cementing yourself.
Women leadership, female leadership, women empowerment in the government, in leadership. That's also really correct, and I have observed that most of the leaders in our country, in any association, organizations, may that be corporate or political, most of the leaders, especially those at the topmost positions, are actually male. So that's a very good, powerful statement. Observation. You're cementing yourself, make yourself known to the public, to the community by your leadership. Okay, cementing yourself. And I love the word, her metaphor of cementing yourself. And she left to the bang, and that's what she won.
Who is the most influential person in your life?
The most influential person in my life, I would have to say, is my father. As many of you know, I am a child of rape. I know that it's a shocker to say. But he is an influence in my life, because I wouldn't be standing here before you if it weren't for him. If I could see him now, I would give him a hug and say to him that I forgive you. Because that's the only way that I can live my life in peace. And that is the only way that I can spread the message of love, by forgiving him, the man who brought me to this world.
Perfect. That's one good quality of a really good answer of a winning answer in a beauty pageant, is that you have to be honest, true, authentic, genuine with your answer. Okay? Not really that you have to be dramatic. Just be honest as much as possible, because people would want to know more about you. Okay? Because they are going to sell you. That title, that crown is a brand, and you will be an icon. You wouldn't admire somebody as so influential to your life if you hated him or her at some point of your life also. But it's a good thing that she was able to merge, and wow, I like the conflict, but she was able to resolve that. Okay. Wow, I'm just overwhelmed, and I am having goosebumps now.
Terrorism is one of the main threats facing our world today. As Miss Universe, you will lead discussions on current issues with communities around the globe. How would you go about explaining terrorism to a child?
El terrorismo es uno de los peligros más grandes en el mundo. Como Miss Universa vas a tener que ser líder en conversaciones con pueblos por todo el mundo sobre los eventos actuales. Si podrías a explicar el terrorismo a un niño, ¿cómo lo harías?
Jamás he estado en la posición de la víctima, del victimario o de la familia.
I've never been a victim or a family member of terrorism.
No puedo decir a ciencia cierta cómo se siente,
I cannot really explain how it feels to be one of them.
pero si tengo la oportunidad de hablar con un niño,
But if I had the opportunity to speak to a child,
le pediría por favor que su generación, incluso la mía,
I would tell them that please, your generation and my generation,
ya no puede estar llena de armas.
we cannot be full of weapons.
Por favor, más libros, más cultura, más amigos, más amor.
Please, more books, more culture, more friendships, and more love.
She instead looked for a common ground, a commonality, similarity. Now it's about generation. She tried to look for a common ground that the generation and the old generation and then the younger generations, the children, would meet. Okay, that in either world, in both worlds, in both generations, there's no room for rebellion. There's no room for terrorism. There's no room for war. But that's also a winning answer. Also, only that if somebody would be able to give a better answer than her, then that would, I guess, more deserving answer, more deserving for the crown. Okay, I'm so sorry.
My question is, which qualities do you think it will take to wear my crown?
I think, first of all, it takes bravery. To be a Miss World is to carry a burning torch. It is like action carried out by one to illuminate the lives of many. And I would dedicate my whole self, my love for the arts, and my voice to trying to uplift, empower, and educate people. And it would be my greatest honor and duty to hold this torch high enough so that all the world could feel and see its light.
I noticed that Katrina has a lot of figures of speech about metaphor. She has a lot about that. Not so real. It wasn't practical. It was magical, perhaps, because of the beauty of the metaphor that she used about the torch or something that's not tangible. Okay, we have her answers, her acts must be somehow tangible, concrete. Okay, she was talking about abstract things, the ideals only. Not like when she won the 2018 Miss Universe, that was Miss World 2016. She was second runner up, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So there, in the 2018 Miss Universe, I guess she had a better answer now. I mean, one of the best, most iconic answers. That's that's far better than her answer here.
Here's your question. Name something over the course of your life that you failed at and tell us what you learned from that experience.
Can you repeat?
Name something over the course of your life that you failed at and tell us what you learned from that experience.
About 7 years ago, I survived the earthquake. I feel I was failing myself because I was not living my dreams. I was living day by day, and that earthquake, it was a bad event, but I chose to be a very positive person and learn a great lesson from it, because if I am here today, it's because I am living my dream. Thank you.
Miss Haiti here, 2016, told Steve Harvey to repeat. That's one tip. That's one technique. For you to be able to think more or think about your answer, you have to ask the host or the judge to repeat the question. While the question is being repeated, you already are thinking ahead. You are already now thinking about your answer. Okay, that's one good tip. Now you know. Okay. I wouldn't call this as a best answer. One, because in that, the question was, name something over the course of your life. It has to be one failure that you yourself caused, that you think you are to be blamed for that failure or for that mistake. But her answer was about the earthquake. It's something that not of our control. Okay? It's something natural. It's not our fault. It's the fault of the fault. The fault. Like the fault line, earthquake. So that's it. And that from that part, I believe, oh my, it could have been better if she chose, because it was a personal question, so that needs a personal answer. I believe would be best, would be good if she, something also very personal.
Here's your question. Social media has empowered people to express their beliefs, but sometimes those beliefs are intolerant and dangerous. Should social media platforms respect free speech or regulate what people post?
I most definitely believe that social media can be a positive aspect in our lives. We can share information, knowledge. However, it can be used in the wrong hands and spew negativity and harm many people. So I believe that social media should identify the people who are spewing such negativity and hurting self-esteem on other people to make sure that they're not abusing the system, such as social media.
She did not really actually choose between, should we regulate it or should we just be lenient with the post about social media? She was in the middle. She played it safe. Okay, to be exact, she played it safe. Like maybe she does not want to maybe hurt most of the people, anything. I mean anybody, particularly, specifically. But I guess she played it safe. She stayed right there in the middle. She did not actually give an example as to how should we do that. She left as hanging. I was waiting for maybe a specific way as to how could we track. I mean, how could we track these people spreading negativity? What are we going to do? What should Facebook do? What must a country or the government do?
If you could speak in front of all the world leaders of the world, what is the topic you would want to talk about? Have a think and look right at our judges and tell them what your answer will be.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If I had the privilege of speaking in front of the world leaders, I would like to address the inconsistency in global healthcare. I'm very fortunate to come from a country where the healthcare and the quality is absolutely incredible, but I understand that is not the case worldwide. So if I was to have the opportunity of speaking in front of the world leaders, I would like to address that this can be solved. The vaccines are available and the medication is available, and one day we will be able to have a consistent quality of healthcare worldwide. Thank you.
She did not give an example as to how to solve. She just said that this can be solved. That services are available, vaccines, medicines are available. But she did not give, she did not mention, so she did not give examples. She did not enumerate examples as to how she can solve global healthcare.
Sexual harassment has been at the forefront of recent headlines. Why is it important for men and women to work together in tackling this issue?
Sexual harassment is a form of abuse, and no abuse should be tolerated, whether in the workplace or in society. I believe that men and women should come together and be professional. Leave this act alone, and anything that happens, such as sexual harassment, should be taken into the law and should be dealt with. Thank you.
Sexual harassment is a form of abuse, and any abuse should not be tolerated. I love that. Perfect. From the start alone, she's a winner. Another tip for answering questions is that just look for a synonym. Which umbrella does that word or keyword belong? Example, it's about sexual harassment. And sexual harassment is under what? abuse. Abuse is a general term. Okay? That's one good tip in answering questions, not just in beauty pageants. Very smart answer.
Given today's worldwide refugee crisis, do countries have an obligation to accept refugees, or do they have a right to close their borders?
Donnant la crise des réfugiés dans le monde entier, est-ce que les pays sont obligés à accepter les réfugiés ou ils ont le droit à fermer leurs frontières?
Les pays peuvent avoir le choix de fermer ou d'ouvrir leurs frontières.
So the countries should have the right to open or close their borders.
Dans l'Europe, nos frontières sont ouvertes parce que nous souhaitons avoir le plus d'exportation, le plus de mondialisation possible. Et en France, pour le moment, nos frontières sont ouvertes, mais si un jour nous décidons de pouvoir les fermer, je pense que c'est un droit que nous avons.
So, yes, throughout the world, people can choose to have the borders open or closed. In Europe, we have open borders. In France, we want to have the most globalization that we can. We want to have the biggest exchange of people that we can. Maybe someday that will change, but now we have open borders.
Je pense qu'avoir des frontières ouvertes peut nous permettre de parcourir le monde et de découvrir un peu plus sur nos voisins.
So, having open borders allows us to travel more through the world and to find out more about what's out there in the world.
I guess she played it safe there. She answered it safe. Again, she just let the countries decide. I mean, the universe was asking for her idea. Okay, she had her idea, but she played it safe. She just stayed right there in the middle. Okay, but that's also a really good answer.
Why should you be the next Miss Universe?
To be a Miss Universe is both an honor and a responsibility. If I were to be Miss Universe, I will use my voice to influence the youth, and I would raise awareness to certain causes like HIV awareness that is timely and relevant to my country, which is the Philippines. I want to show the world, the universe rather, that I am confidently beautiful with a heart. Thank you.
She made mention in her introduction, being a Miss Universe is both an honor and a responsibility. If I were to be chosen as Miss Universe, that's part of her introduction of her point. There, or position, or stand, I will use my voice, blah, 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 blah. Why? What are her reasons? Because these are timely and relevant in my country, the Philippines. And then she made an example, okay, in the country about the awareness, causes, what are her causes, how she will be using her voice there. And she ended with a bang. She ended with, I want to show the world, the universe rather. Winning answer. Confidently beautiful with a heart.
What is the most important lesson you've learned in your life, and how would you apply it to your time as Miss Universe?
I work a lot in the slums of Tondo, Manila, and the life there is it's poor and it's very sad. And I've always taught myself to look for the beauty in it, to look in the beauty in the faces of the children and to be grateful. And I would bring this aspect as a Miss Universe to see situations with a silver lining and to assess where I could give something, where I could provide something as a spokesperson. And this, I think, if I could teach also people to be grateful, we could have an amazing world where negativity could not grow and foster, and children would have a smile on their face.
Very perfect answer. Okay. It was quite long, but her point was there. She still was, Katrina there again still has that figures of speech, about the metaphor, about the silver lining, but at least it's not really so much. Okay, we can understand it. The people, the masses would understand her answer now. Okay, not like when she first joined in that Miss World 2016. She had a pretty good answer, but this one's way, way, way better. The timer starts now, Jerry. Want to hear the bell? I'm having a hard time too. What makes you smile and why? I am a happy person, and I easily get positive or happy. I easily smile with just about anything. Anything, nothing in particular exactly. Because I believe that all things, if only we appreciate or value every little thing that we see or that we have, that's when we find beauty. Although the world is dark, is not beautiful, we have to seek beauty or happiness and joy in everything. You have to be, at least, be very positive, okay? Because happiness is a choice. Happiness is a decision. So if we decide to be always happy at anything, at every little thing, then that will make a greater impact to people around us. One smile can change the world. Thank you. If you were a thing, what would you be and why? Again, if you were a thing, what would you be and why? If I were something, I would be a mirror. I am a mirror because I think I am a reflection. Reflection because I am what you see, I am what you get. I am frank, I am candid, no pretense, no fake, no facade. I'm genuine, I'm true, I'm authentic. I'm real. I may not be perfect, I might get broken at times and blurry at times, but I am me. I am still true. Thank you. Do you believe in second chances? I believe that anyone deserves a second chance. It doesn't matter that whether that person is somebody who you hate or somebody who has hurt you. May that person be a sinner or a saint, doesn't matter. Everyone deserves a second chance in life because that chance may be their only chance to prove themselves worthy and for them to really stand again right where they stumbled. And if you're not going to give them that second chance, they lose themselves. And if they lose themselves, we lose somebody very special.